Hello. Hello, 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 hello. Did I turn on the mic this time? Did I turn on the microphone this time? I'm not sure. But we are live. We are live and we're ready to go. Welcome, guys. What's up? PT Blue, coming in first. Lock for this. Why are these broken? Reload. What's up, everybody? Okay, we have some weird issues going on the stream, but it's fine. It's normal. It's fine. Everything's fine. Combat, what's up? Welcome in. Finesse, how are you? That was a funny clip, Blue. Come on, admit it. How are you, Panda? I don't know about you, but I'm feeling really blue. I'm feeling really blue today, guys. I gotta admit, really blue. All right. How many entrance songs do you have, Panda? Did you switch it out from the Klee dance to this one? Oh my god. What's up, guys? How was everybody's weekend? Welcome in. We got the bangers playing on top of that. Sheesh, Peach. We got a lot going on. Let's go into the chill vibes, you know? There we go. Oh, that one was combat this time. Hello, hola, ciao, and bonjour. My name is Iono, and I'm the #1 Pokemon streamer. And I am the gym leader of the Electric Gym. Hell yeah, Panda. I love that, dude. Sprigatito. So, how's everybody's weekend? I gotta admit, I've been playing a lot of Pokemon. Maybe a little bit too much Pokemon, but I've been having fun. I've been having a lot of fun. You guys having fun? What have you guys been playing this weekend? I've been addicted to Pokemon, man. It's too good. Haven't been playing on our save though. On our save. It's a team effort, you know. We'll be playing more of that this week. The schedule for this week is Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern. So no stream tomorrow. You've been playing Brilliant Diamond this weekend? Nice, Combat. How's that? Powering through it, just ripping through. What's the goal? Just beat the storyline or catch some fun Pokemon? I kind of want to do everything in the new Pokemon because I haven't played Pokemon for so long that I really just want to catch everything I find. I want to get through the story. I want to do it. I want to do it all, man. I want to do it all. I don't know if it's possible, but we'll do it. We'll get through it. Kind of both, Peach. Yeah. BDSP's tedious game. Lots of backtracking. Really? What you been doing, Blue? Are you still playing Dreamlight Valley or just grinding out the new Pokemons? Been grinding Valorant unrated because I'm too scared to play ranked. Oh, come on, Panda. You gotta play ranked, man. You can't be scared about your rank because then, you know, if you de-rank then, but you know what I find Valorant does, dude? When you rank up and like you're doing well for a while, all of a sudden it's just like, okay, you think you're that good? And then they put you with like these god tier players and then you just lose a bunch of ranks. And then once you lose that rank, then it puts you with a bunch of people that suck on the other team. And then you end up, you know, dominating and then you're good. So it's weird. It's weird. Holy, what did we just do? All the lights just went out, guys. We have to cancel stream. Uh-oh. What's going on over here? I'm trying to adjust some lighting features. And it's going wild. How does this look? I think this looks natural to me. What do I know? You need to try that code another 1,000,000 times? Wait, what code? This song is so freaky, guys. How do I delete this song? Is there a way? Oh, I can't really do that, eh? You can't like block a song on Spotify. Is that not a thing? It's fine. We're here. We're good. I'll play rank because you told me to. Yeah, you got to, man. Especially choose somebody that you're good with, you know, that you really like. You've been playing a lot of Rays. You gotta just go. Because look, this is how I think of competitive gameplay, guys. I don't know if anybody else in the chat besides me and Panda play like competitive stuff. But for me, what I do is that I just only play the competitive mode in the game that I actually care about. Like in Valorant, I'll play just competitive because at the end of the day, it doesn't really like effect. I used to have such like a mental block with it, like, oh, I don't want to play, I don't want to like lose any rank or not. But it doesn't really matter, because once you start getting better and you start learning more, your rank is just naturally going to go up. And if you play in the ranked mode, then you're playing with other players that for the most part actually care a little bit. Hopefully they're not just throwing, and then you just go from there. And then whatever your rank that you land at after you play 50 or 100 games, I mean, that's your rank. And then that means you got things to learn, you know. You don't want to be the one to insta-lock. Well, what if you start trying, well, since you're playing unrated, why don't you try a different type of character, like an initiator, like a Sky or a Sova or something. I've been thinking of going more of that kind of player when you and I play together, because as a healer I feel like people depend too much on it, and then they don't play as good as they could, because then they're like, oh well, I have a healer, my healer will do it for me. You know, they'll just res me if I mess this up and die. So there's a code in Dreamlight Valley for a golden potato that's really important, but the code doesn't work on the first try. That is weird. Why is there a code? You've been playing Pokemon all weekend and shopping. Ooh, Black Friday. Yeah, guys, what'd you do for Black Friday? Did you guys get any fun stuff? I feel like Black Friday is a great time to go and get gifts for, you know, for the holidays, because why not? Do we have music playing or not? What is going on with this? Guys, I found the chill lo-fi playlist, but like the music is weird. Okay, we're good. Let me try something. I was looking at Black Friday deals, but I was like, man, I don't know. And then the people that I'm like buying, we're doing like Secret Santa in the family, and like the wish list wasn't there yet. So if I did want to buy the thing that they wanted, then I didn't have it yet. You know what I mean? You sold your PS4 and Xbox for a new monitor? Nice. I hope you got a good deal on with the Black Friday stuff. What kind of monitor did you get, dude? Big, like a big one? 27-incher? I think this is a 27-inch. I find it so nice. It's so like, especially for streaming, it's really like immersive, you know? 27-inch LG, nice. That's a good one, man. Good, Blue. Now you're a pro streamer. Now you got the how many screens do you have now? 3 in there? Because you said you had a TV in that room, right? Plus a monitor. Need to figure out how to connect your headphones to it? Huh? Wait, why? All of your wait, what, Blue? All of your headphones should go into your, I'm confused. Blue, you plug in everything into your computer, man. Why do you need headphones into your monitor? You don't want to play rank because I don't think I've been playing very good lately because I've been inconsistent. Oh, that's probably, honestly, that's probably what happens, Panda, with most people that play ranked like me, where I play once in a blue moon and then I show up and I'm like, you know, not warmed up at all. But I see what you mean. I think after a couple of minutes, you know, 5-10 minutes in the lab and then like 2 death matches, come on, just the game at the end of the day. A lot of it is game sense too, man. There's not a lot of like accuracy pro level. It's just like map awareness, game sense. I feel like most of the game is that, you know. And if you have crosshair placement, then they just walk in front, you just click, and then it's GG. Petunia got groomed today and she looks so cute. No way, Combat. We need to see some pics. What happened to the camera on your phone app? Did it the camera app on your phone, I mean. Send us some pics. We want to see it. In your computer so you can listen to things through them, including Switch games. I'm confused, Blue. We better talk about this because this seems overly complicated, Blue. I feel like there's like a piece that you're missing. The real Keck. Hey, what's up? Welcome in. How are you? Oh my god, isn't it like super late for you right now? What are you doing up at 3 a.m? Maybe I make an alt count so I could play with irons because that's how I've been playing. Okay, Panda, you gotta manifest the wins. Dude. Yeah, Blue, I'm not really sure, dude. I'm not really sure what you mean. Like, all of your monitors should be plugged into your computer, and then all of your computer. What? You have a Bluetooth monitor? Bro, I'm so confused, Blue. Blue, both your monitors should be plugged into your computer, and your computer is the one that's generating all the audio. So your headphones should be plugged in to your computer. A Bluetooth monitor, that's what I'm saying. Unless you mean like a wireless HDMI. Just chilling. Nice. Since I don't have a proper job, I make my own routine. Okay. I see you. Get good sleep though, at least. At least get some good sleep. At least 8 hours. Peach, the headphones are Bluetooth. When did headphones get into this? No, because no. The Bluetooth headphones, the headphones are not Bluetooth. Blue said, I got a new monitor and now I need to figure out how to connect my headphones to it. That's what confused me, man. And boy. All right, guys, we're getting started with Motivation Monday today. Hopefully, I'm looking out for Simba. I don't know where she's at. But we're good to go. Where's Lock Finesse? Lock Finesse still in here? I think she's coming. She is coming back tonight. Lock Finesse is on a nice break, taking a break from streaming. So if you guys do know or are part of Lock Finesse's community, then she's coming back to streaming tonight. Hopefully she has a great stream. I'm trying to eliminate background noise when I use my microphone, so I'm trying to figure out how to redirect all game noise to my headphones. Why do you have... Blue, can we just get on a call tomorrow or something that's at a certain time or something, bro? Like, I need to help you. I need to... I can't continue... I'm not streaming ever again on Twitch until I help you. I'm completely confused. Blue, please find a time where you are free for like half an hour or something, and let's just get on a Discord call, because please, I need to help you. How do you not have all your sound coming through? I think you're confusing yourself as well. Blue, listen. It's the least I can do. Let me get on a call with you sometime this week, tomorrow or Wednesday or something, and let me help you figure this out, man. Let's make it simple. It's been a long day. Oh man, it's okay. It's okay. The day is done now. The day is done. We're just chilling, vibing out, and we'll get to you'll get to sleeping soon enough. He needs to figure out how to connect the Bluetooth headphones to the monitor. Yeah, that should not be a thing. You should not be trying to connect headphones to a monitor. A monitor is for visual, not... What's the opposite word of visual? Audio? I guess. Someone just charged back their payment today because they didn't want to work with anyone outside of the USA. Oh man. Sorry to hear that, real. I guess you gotta be... It's part of running your own business, right? These risks we take and stuff like that. So it's a lesson learned. Hopefully the fees weren't too much, but you could write those fees off on the taxes against the business. But that means you got to make it a little bit more clear, right? Where you're located and stuff like that. That's annoying. That's super annoying. Cool. Cool. All right. I think we are ready with Sim. Very soon you're gonna go lurk combat. No worries at all. Thank you very much for being here. And let me make sure that we are live on TikTok as well. And we're good to go. Boom. Okay. Cool. So you guys ready? If there is anybody that's new here, or anybody from Sim's chat, I'm not sure. I don't even know if Sim is in the chat or not. But essentially, what we do here is it's called Motivation Mondays. It's something that I try to do every single Monday, as long as, you know, streamer is available and things don't you know, break down or go haywire. And we get different streamers from kind of different backgrounds, and we what do we do? What do we do with them? We force them to tell us about no, we just kind of chat. We just have a nice chat here. We learn about their journey, their struggles, their successes. We try to talk about some tips, some tricks, some things that you guys can do as streamers yourselves, as creators yourselves, or if you're thinking of getting into streaming, thinking of getting into content creation, then this stream is kind of for you. You know, this is the type of thing that I've been doing on my TikTok. This is something I do on YouTube, and now this is episode 6 today. We're bringing in Simbaquill, and you know, we just get to chatting a little bit with different streamers. Yo, Ratata, hey, welcome in. Thank you very much for the follow. And Danny, thank you so much. Welcome in, guys. So yeah, so if you guys are content creators or streamers yourselves, then this is like a series made for you. I call it I don't know what I've been calling it. I think I'm gonna call it like a streamcast, kind of like a podcast, but it's live on stream. I don't know if anybody used that term, but yeah, we're gonna go with it. And it will be posted over to YouTube. So if there's any moments that you do miss, the interview will be posted up on YouTube, and we're gonna take a bunch of little moments and post them out on, you know, on YouTube, on Shorts, on TikTok, and things like that. So that's really cool. And what else? Okay, this is how it's gonna work. We're gonna do around an hour of an interview, where we just chat and get into it a little bit. And then at the end of that conversation, we'll have like a 15-20 minutes Q&A session. So for the most part, we'll be seeing chat, but we're not going to really be responding to chat at all, really. So if you guys want to send love and things like that, no problem. We'd love to see the hype and the love in chat. But for the most part, it's going to be just us having conversation between us, and then at the end we'll open up any questions. So if you guys do have questions throughout the call, I mean, feel free to like type it in chat or something. That way you can, I don't know, go scroll up and repost it during the Q&A session or something like that. But yeah, for the most part, we'll be waiting. We'll be talking to you guys at the end of the call. Let me say hi to some people. Simbaquill is in here. Hello. Nonsense Socks. Hello. How you doing? How was your weekend? You got a golden potato blue? Nice. Danny, Simba kept me in a Pokeball and said I couldn't come out unless I showed up to this. Hey, you are released. You're officially released, Danny. I release you, okay? No one should be forced to be here in the stream. This is our stream. This is like a safe space for streamers, creators, everybody. You can come and go as you please. Peachy Patches, what's up? How are you? Welcome in. I'm doing very good. Thank you. Okay, and speaking of TTS and any channel points and things like that, there won't be any like TTS stuff. No alerts will be going off, like audio alerts. So if you guys try and redeem any channel points or things like that, or sub alerts, it won't go off during the call, right? Because we're recording this to put it on YouTube, so there won't be any of that. But if someone does follow or someone does subscribe or something like that, it will pop up, and there's a visual alert, but no audio alerts. Okay, guys, just so you guys know that. So if you're gonna use channel points, it might get wasted for anything that's gonna do an alert. Just to let you guys know, for people that come into the stream. And Tinganator's here. What's up, my man? Hope you're doing good. Thank you for the lurk. Appreciate you. We are DapeachTV. I love that. Nonsense Socks 22. Okay, that deserves a 22.
Nonsense is sub with
I love it.
22 months. 22.
22. Beautiful. We love 22. All right. Let me make sure that we are good to go here. Am I live? We're live on TikTok as well. So yeah. Hope that's okay with you. Sim Socks, thank you so much for the 22 months, man. I really appreciate that, with the Prime on top of that. I got to we're gonna spin the sub wheel for you next time we're in here. We won't do it tonight just because we got Motivation Mondays. So Simbaquill is ready. She goes by Sim, and we're gonna chat with her for a little while, and that's it. I think we're good. I'm just trying to make sure I covered everything, all my bases, going over my checklist. and I think we're good. If you guys have any questions, ask them now or forever hold your pizza. And we're good to go, man. We are good to go. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Let me just check one last final thing to make sure we're safe. So we're safe, you know? Want to be safe. Want to be... Hold on. We're good to go. Does anybody have any questions in the chat? Now's your time to ask. And we're good to go. Please hold. All right. Let's get it started, baby. Thank you very much, Cool Panda, with all the commands, dude. I appreciate you. Man, it's getting hot in here. I don't know about you guys, but it is freezing these days over here. And the heat and all that is like drying me out. I hope you guys have some water. You guys getting comfy, get some snacks. We're gonna bring on Simple Quill. I'm gonna leave you guys with some lo-fi chill vibes. I'll be back in less than 30 seconds, and we'll be good to go. Okay, please hold. I'll be right back. Hello.
Oh,
All right, we're here. Things are live. Things are working, or they should be, anyways. And let me make sure everything is good everywhere else. Chat, can you guys hear us or see us?
yes. Audio,
Hopefully.
video.
Audio, video. Perfect. And let me do this. Hold on. Audio and video. That's what we want. Okay. Do. Okay. Taking a while, but TikTok is weird. TikTok isn't perfect yet. TikTok will be
is weird.
because it's weird things, you know. It's weird and it's special. It's special. All right, so we're here. We're live. We finally made it, guys. Welcome to episode 6. All right, welcome in, guys. I see some new faces. Crandon, what's up? Welcome in. Kat, hello. Welcome in. Hope you guys are good. Thank you, guys. All right. So let's get this party started. So what I'll do is just a quick introduction, like I said, because it's gonna go to the YouTubes.
Oh yeah.
And then
No
and then we're good. And then we'll get into it. Okay.
Awesome. Sounds good.
Cool. Perfect. All right. I don't know why. You're making me nervous. I don't know.
I'm making you nervous, me?
Yeah.
I'm making you
I don't know what it
nervous?
is.
How?
Yeah, I don't know.
I have a very overwhelming presence, I've been told.
Yeah. You know. And you're like a pro Valorant player and stuff. I'm like,
absolutely correct.
shouldn't have come to your stream today. You know, it's intimidating. Now I can never play Valorant on stream. All right. Okay, let's get to it. Perfect. We're live everywhere. I'm just triple checking, and we're good. Cool.
Awesome.
Good. Okay. Hello, everybody. What's up, and welcome back to DapeachTV. This is Motivation Mondays, episode 6. And if you are new here, this is a series that I do a streamcast live on Twitch, where every week I interview different streamers from different backgrounds, different categories of streams, and maybe even different creators, and maybe some different types of people in the future. So if you are new here, if this is your first time seeing this, today is episode 6. And what I do is we go into, you know, the background, the life, the behind the scenes. You know, we talk about the story, the journey, the successes, the struggles, and everything in between about the streamer that we have, and just to try to get some inspiration, some education, and some motivation for all of you guys out there looking to grow your streams, or maybe you want to become a content creator in the future. And here we are to kind of host this for you guys to chat a little bit and learn. And there is even a dedicated Q&A session at the end of the call. So if you guys are watching this for the first time on YouTube, I suggest coming over to Twitch, at least following the channel over on Twitch, so that you're notified next time we go live, which is Monday nights for Motivation Mondays anyways. And you can come in here and ask your own questions and get them answered by myself or the guest I might have, which tonight is Simiquil, who I'm very, very excited to have here and chat with. And I mean, let's get into it. By the way, you know, if you're on YouTube, all of the links will be down below in the description. So please go and give some love and follow Simiquil and check out her next stream. Welcome to Motivation Mondays. I'm happy to have you, Sim. How are you?
I'm good. I'm happy to be here. That was so professional. I felt like I was like watching like a news anchor on TV like go live. It was perfect.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you.
Smooth.
Thank you. Awesome. Okay, good to know. Good to know. So I can't watch myself back while I'm looking in the camera, you know, so very cool.
Great.
So I mean, you were streaming today, so thank you for coming out here. I mean, you know, for streaming in the same day and coming out and doing, it's pretty much like a second stream. I appreciate the time.
Yeah, of course. I don't mind it at all. It's all
Cool.
good for me.
Yeah. How was your stream today? What were you were streaming Valorant mostly?
Yeah, we played
Yeah.
some Valorant today. I just goof off and like spike rush and, you know, try to talk to people and get some I mean you saw some of the weird people I get in my games.
Oh, yeah.
Just have a
That's
lot
the
of fun
fun of
doing
it.
that.
That's the
Oh
fun of
yeah,
it, right?
absolutely.
So, I mean, tell us a little bit about your stream and what you do. I mean, it'll come off a little bit more naturally from you for sure. But do you only stream Valorant or what? Tell us about your stream.
So I originally started streaming. I started as like a Sea of Thieves streamer, not exclusively. I kind of did a little bit of everything, but mostly Sea of Thieves.
Okay.
I haven't played that in a while, but now I'm playing Valorant. Obviously, I play Apex sometimes. Now the new Pokemon is out, we finally have a Pokemon game to play again.
Yes,
So I've been
nice.
playing a ton of Pokemon, and
Okay,
it's
who's your
been super
starter?
fun. Sprigatito, and I have
Okay,
an
okay.
Everstone on him.
Yeah,
She
nice.
is staying a small little cat. I'm not ready to let go
Yeah,
of
I
all of
know.
it.
I know. I made the mistake and then I had to reload a whole hour's worth of save because I
Because you
couldn't. I
needed
couldn't.
it. You couldn't do it.
I couldn't do it. Cool, awesome. And so, do you have like a certain structure where like you play Pokemon's on Monday or and Valorant's on Wednesdays type of thing? Like, how do you normally like go about your stream since you do some different games?
Yeah, so I found the best way to do it is kind of I have a general plan because I tend to change up what I want to do a lot. So our schedule right now, it's our traditional schedule is Monday Fun Day. So we're just playing kind of whatever. Like I kind of decide if we have a crew get together for like Played Up or some Minecraft, you know.
Oh, cool.
That's kind of the day. Wednesday's FPS night, so every Wednesday we're playing Valorant or Apex, and then Saturdays is chill outer days.
Okay.
So we just kind of again, it's kind of we pick kind of something to do. It might be a longer form game. It might be Valorant again. It's kind of just whatever we're feeling for like the Saturday vibe, but it's very chill and like we're like I call it lo-fi streams you can study to.
Yeah, yeah.
So you just
Cool.
like we're just chilling out, having a good
Nice. I love
time.
that. Perfect for the weekend. The chill out vibes. I love that.
Oh, absolutely.
So how long have you been a viewer on Twitch? I like asking this question because it's interesting to know. Sometimes people just learn about Twitch and then the next day they're a Twitch streamer, and that blows my mind. But I know you started your stream at the beginning of this year, right?
Yeah, it started really my first stream was in September of this last year.
Okay.
And so it's been over a year. We had our affiliate stream, which is really cool. But as of being on Twitch, I knew about Twitch, but I was never a Twitch viewer. I was
Okay.
never like definitely not a chatter if I was in a Twitch stream. I was definitely a hardcore lurker. I kind of just sat and like watched or listened to it, and I watched only a couple of people that I knew from YouTube.
Okay.
And
Like
then I decided I
like
wanted
bigger creators.
yeah, bigger creators. Like
Okay.
Point Crow is someone I watched all the time. Small
Mm.
Ant, his speed runs.
Yeah,
RT Game because I watch everything he does.
yeah.
So I
Cool.
wasn't a big Twitch like person until I
Okay.
started streaming.
Okay. But you knew about it. You knew that, these guys were streaming on it.
Yeah, I was like in the gaming culture. My boyfriend in college would stream on Twitch just for me, like when I wanted to watch like
Oh,
someone play
cool.
games. So like that's like my only association was like very small like bits and pieces here and there.
Yeah,
Definitely
yeah.
not into the culture of it.
Okay, gotcha. That's cool. That's before Discord came around, I guess, streaming on Twitch for friends and family.
Exactly.
That's funny. That's cool. That's the first time I actually heard that. I don't think I've ever met anyone that just streamed for for a friend or something like that. Just to let me show you my screen. Let's go on Twitch.
Exactly. It's
That's
fun.
cool. So what made you get into streaming? Like if you weren't really part of that Twitch culture and like too heavily, what sparked that interest to start streaming?
So I've always kind of been, I wouldn't call it a theatrical person. I never did like theater. I was very shy, but I was kind of in performing arts. I did like
Okay.
marching band and color guard, dance. Like that was kind of my jam. And I've always liked talking to people. And my friend and I, when we were 12, decided we wanted to be YouTubers because that's when all the like people were getting big, just vlogging and like sitting there for doing absolutely nothing but like talking about their day or showing off like their backpack or something. We're like, we're gonna do that. So I've always
Yeah,
had
like
an
Casey
interest in
Neistat.
it. Yeah, exactly like exactly like that. Just I thought it was so fun, but I never went through with it. Because
Okay.
I never had a large digital footprint. I had like accounts for friends and family, but never
Sure.
posted on them a lot. But then I was bored. I wanted to make friends, and I just thought it sounded like it would be really fun to try out and do. Because like I said, I'm super shy, like internally, and I'm like, oh, but it would be kind of fun to kind of do it. And then I just decided to try it out and see if it would be fun.
Oh, that's cool. And were there any like streamers around the time that you started streaming that you were like looking more closely at? Like, was there something, I don't know, specific that like made you think to do it, or?
I was watching a lot of Point Crow streams. Like whenever I would go to the gym, like he would be live like at the same time. So I could just pull it up and kind of have it sitting there. And it was more interactive. So I felt like I was like, you know, a little bit more into it. And RT Game as well. I always watched his streams when he would do certain games. I'm like, man, this is actually kind of fun. Like they're talking to like a chat. They're like having people who are just kind of watching. And vibing out, and I was just like, that seems like a lot of fun. Like that, instead of YouTube where I'd have to edit things, like I could just like go on and be live and people would watch it then.
Yeah, absolutely. I find it's a completely different experience, you know? Like I actually used to make YouTube videos. I did try to do some vlogs and stuff, and there's some other things that I'll probably never share what I did. I'll probably never show the videos.
It won't see the light of day. I have some videos too. You know, I'm like, nope, not.
yeah, exactly. I think we all do the, I mean, the content that we make a while ago, it has to be cringe. You know, that kind of content, if it's not cringe, then you're not growing, you know? If you don't look back at content and say that was cringe, then it's probably cringe now, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So, but anyways, I felt it was completely different from streaming on Twitch to filming a video, you know, where every word that you're trying to say and record is supposed to be like perfect or whatever it is, you know, whereas when it's live, it's just like, yeah, we're just hanging out, you know. It's
like,
just,
we're here. You're either here, you're not here.
Yeah,
so
you know,
can get it either way.
Yeah. Plus the interaction, of course. You know, being able to chat with people. Cool. And so, what was the first thing you streamed? Was it a game? Do you remember?
Yeah, I think the first thing I streamed, I think my first stream was we were either playing Sea of Thieves or I was playing Phoenix Wright because I was like, I want to do something I'm comfortable with, that I know. So I think it might have been Phoenix Wright. I just was like gonna play over some of the games, and just kind of read through it, and you know, I had something I could like. I knew what was gonna happen, so I like knew how to like get through it, and it was fun.
Cool. And did you have any like friends or like, I don't know, IRL friends that you told about the stream?
Yeah, my mom was there.
Nice. I love that.
My mom loves the Twitch streams.
Nice.
But I had put it on like my Instagram, like my personal one. I kept it kind of small, you know. I think I made like an Instagram. That was the first thing I made. I made a separate Instagram. And you know, let some friends know. And then my partner Sean, he has some friends who like we were starting to game with. Once I got more into gaming and gaming online with friends, they came and watched and were like my first mods and supporters. Oh, nice. Yeah, it was nice. That's took a lot of like the tension away, having people there.
Definitely. Yeah, for sure. It's not easy to stream to 0 viewers, for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely not. I've been there too.
Yeah. I think it's important too, and it's something that I talk about often enough. Is I think it's important for people to stream to 0 viewers, even for whatever period of time it is. You know, I think it helps to kind of remember like that we started at 0 at one point, and that everybody starts at 0. You know, for the most part. And if ever there's like a dip in the numbers for whatever reason, it's like, well, I'm not at 0. You know, and you kind of remember how it was back then. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but I wanted to ask you because you said that you just like, as you get more into gaming, were you a gamer before like you were into like watching Point Crow and stuff on YouTube? Were you always a gamer or?
Yeah, so I grew up with video games. Like my dad, we had our Xbox, we had PlayStations growing up. You know, we kind of grew up with it. A lot more of the games I played though were like I had my Game Boy, my Nintendo DS when it came out, and I was super excited. I was definitely more of like a single player, you know, Pokemon. Yeah. Nice. Like whatever you can kind of get on the Nintendo DS. Tetris. Like that was all I played. Animal Crossing all the time. Love my Animal Crossing GameCube game. It was the best thing in the world. So good.
And do you play the new Animal Crossing now?
I used to, but I stopped because it just got too overwhelming. There were weeds everywhere, and I kind of ran out of. I didn't want to decorate anymore. I was like, okay, this is too much for my brain. But I sunk about like 300 hours in a month,
my
so
God.
I think I just overkilled myself when it
Oh,
came
yeah.
out because I was too excited.
Yeah, and that's a completely different style of game than to what you're playing now, which is Valorant and Apex and stuff. Eh?
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't play any like FPS game. I mean, like Halo with my brother. You know, we never had like an online account though, so I never got the experience of like playing online with other people,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
disappointing. But I
I
played, you know, we
mean,
played like together.
sure.
But
Yeah.
I just started picking up like more of this like social gaming now, which is really fun.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe it's a good thing that you didn't experience all the internet craziness as a kid,
Honestly,
you
I
know?
kind of thankful.
You
I don't know
know?
how that would have gone over being like, let alone a 12-year-old girl in some Call of
Oh,
Duty
man.
lobby.
Yeah, exactly. That's what
Absolutely
I was
not.
thinking. The COD lobby's going wild, you know?
Like, I'm good off that experience.
Oh man. So what was one of the main childhood games that you mained or that you loved the most?
Pokemon Emerald. I had that
Yeah.
on my Game Boy, and it is still one of my favorite games. And
Nice.
then the original Mystery Dungeon game as well.
I never heard of it.
It's a Pokemon like branch off game, but it's a
Okay.
dungeon crawler type deal, and you turn into a Pokemon. You have to solve a whole like mystery about yourself. Like
What?
each
That's
game,
cool.
they're so fun. Like if you ever get the chance, you definitely should play them. You can
I never
get
heard of that.
them. Yeah, they're so
Cool.
fun. Love those games.
I will check it out. That's cool. What's one game that if you had to play that one game forever, what would it be?
Oh, that's a great question.
If you had to stream it,
Um,
let's stick to streaming. If you
if
had
I
to
had to
stream
pick to
one game
stream it.
forever, yeah, what would it be?
If I'm streaming it, I probably Valorant. I have so much
Yeah,
fun playing. I really do. Valorant can be toxic at times, but I
true.
find like I don't really see a lot of toxic people. Like I think like I bring a good enough attitude that people just won't be mean to me
Nice. Good for
most of
you.
the time, so I can enjoy the game. But when they do,
Yeah.
you know, like I match their energy, so I just weird back to them, and then they
Yeah.
usually, you know, it just makes it funny for me. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I think that's the way to do it, you know, because yeah, like you said, it could be. I think any game with voice chat, it could get a little bit heated and toxic, you
Yeah,
know,
it
for sure.
definitely can. I mean, you're letting people on the internet talk to each other without any sort of face-to-face kind of
Yeah,
interaction. You know, they wouldn't say that like if
yeah.
they were posted up, you know?
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, there's almost barely any consequences, right? Like, yeah, you could
You'll get
report
a
them,
ban.
you know, maybe if it goes through, right? So
Hmm.
it's tough. But you know, one thing I did want to say is like the Valorant and the League of Legends. I mean, League of Legends has been, you know, quite toxic, but I've been seeing a lot more like diversity of people
Hmm.
playing video games now, and it's like such a nice thing to see. And like when I'm playing Valorant and like guys are just yelling at the girls being like, what are you doing playing video games and on Valorant, I'm like, dude, like finally we get all kinds of people playing, we got more gamers coming in, we got girls coming in, like why are you guys complaining that girls are playing video games, you know? So I think it's a nice thing, and like I honestly have to give a shout out to Riot because League of Legends and Valorant are, you know, developed by Riot, and they're just doing, I find, a wonderful job of like being very inclusive. Like there's so many characters and agents that are, you know,
Hmm.
different genders and things like that. And anyway, I love it. I love to see that. It's I think it's a great thing for gaming, you know, and streaming too, for sure.
Yeah, and I think it's nice because I think, especially as like more girls and women like get into games, because you know I think a lot of the like reason why there's more coming in is because now no one says it's a weird thing to do.
Yeah.
I think when like we were younger and like gaming and like video games were first coming into like fruition and popular culture, it was very much not like a girls thing, especially
Yeah.
because they tended to be violent.
Right.
But now I think like it's nice, and I think a lot more people are just being nice, and they're calling out people being mean, because it's like, what's the point? Like we're
Yeah.
all just here like to play a game. Like what's the point of being mean? And it's actually
Yeah.
been like so much more welcoming. I was super scared to start playing games like that because I
Yeah.
thought I'd get flamed all the time, but most people are actually really nice.
But I think it's good. I think it's good, the kind of energy that you bring. I think that's what kind of sets the tone, you know, and helps it in those lobbies. So if if you guys need some help with that, you can go and check out Simba's streams and see how she
toxic positivity works every time.
Oh yeah. Oh boy. Cool. That's awesome. So I mean, let's talk more about like the streaming journey and stuff like that.
Yeah.
For you, like what were your goals with streaming? Were they just always to be this is fun and this could be fun and I can, you know, make some friends and just kind of do it as a hobby? Or were you looking to go more into like the content creation and like you said, like your childhood dream at 12 years old to become a YouTuber and a vlogger, you know, did you want to go that path? Like what was the thinking when you started?
So I started mainly just like I was feeling like a kind of lull in my confidence, you know, where I was like, I don't know what, like I don't have anything like hobbies or anything to do, and it kind of just came as like something that could be like, yeah, that'd be really cool, and I was like, I got the encouragement to do it, and so it started, and like it's still, I mean, it still continues for me. Like as soon as I stop having fun, like I'm gonna stop streaming because like there's no point to it if I'm not enjoying it. But it wasn't until like I like got more into it and met more streamers, like through TikTok and through Instagram and, you know, just through surfing Twitch more and more. I think now it's like, oh, like there's a lot of different opportunities you can take, even for being like a small creator and someone like, you know, like I don't, who's me, you know, I'm here. Like I'm not, you know, Pokimane, but you know, there's still a lot of opportunities, and it's really cool to kind of like go down that path and like learn what you can do with it.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, even now with like the power of TikTok and like YouTube shorts and things like that and Instagram and all the brands finally are coming over. I mean, not finally, like, I mean, maybe it's been a year or 2 or 3 that these brands have been starting to come over and create these social media accounts and start understanding the value of this type of content, right? So you don't even need a single follower to be a content creator and to even make money working with brands. I mean, they themselves are looking to put content on their own platforms. So you could technically have 0 followers, 100 followers, you know, and just be someone, have a presence on the internet and make some videos to show what kind of quality you are. And then you could be working already with brands and making content for them, and you're paid, you know. So absolutely. It could be, you know, there's so much opportunity, and you don't need to be Pokimane to you know, to make it happen, which is really good to see, you know.
Yeah, it's nice.
Absolutely. What were you gonna say?
I mean, I wasn't gonna say anything, but I guess I could say like say no, it's okay. I guess I could say that with like those opening opportunities again, like yeah, like I think more and more brands are starting to realize you could get someone who has like a giant reach, but you can also target small communities that if this person says it, you can get guaranteed like, you know, sales from that, because people, you know, feel a connection with you through social media. And like if you have, you know, people and you have personal connections, it's like more of a kind of a one-on-one deal rather than just like kind of a spokesperson who you may or may not know.
Yeah, absolutely. And like when they're bigger, just like a celebrity, when they're doing, you know, I don't know, hair products or shoes, it's like, okay, he's paid for it. They're paid for it. Yeah. Okay. What's her name? Aniston there with the hair, the hair commercials, you know, and it's like, okay, obviously Jennifer Aniston's getting paid to do these deals. Does she actually endorse this product? We don't know.
Does she even use Garnier? Like, I doubt it. She's never touched it before.
You know what I mean? So I think, that's like, that definitely makes sense, right? And when you have a smaller community, those smaller communities too are more niche down, right? So like example, like I don't know, like an art streamer, right? That does a lot of art and drawing and stuff like that. I mean, if they work with brands that sell art supplies, I mean, that makes way more sense to go into this smaller community and sell to these guys, because the people that are watching this are probably artists themselves, right? And then they are looking for these types of products, right? Whereas when you have like a big spokesperson, you're going to type in chat, hey, you know, what do you think about this product? The chat's already gone. There's no way the streamer will even see it, or the creator, right? So like when it's a one-on-one conversation, we can actually ask about products and things like that. I think that's a new way. I think a lot of companies are going towards the smaller creators too, which is a huge advantage, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Are you currently sponsored or affiliated with any brands at this time?
Not currently.
Yeah,
You know, we're always looking though. So
absolutely.
put my little.
Who would be a dream partner of yours to work with?
I've always said, and it's kind of a joke, but it's also kind of not. Capri Suns.
Really?
If I could work with Capri Suns, because I do not know how many people I have like inadvertently gotten to buy Capri
No
Suns
way.
because just by I drink them all the time. They're like one of my favorite like things to get just to have as
I
like
love that.
a little treat, a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
snack. I don't have to pour it into a cup or clean anything. It's just a Capri Sun.
True,
And I've
true.
gotten so many people to buy them, and I'm like, I should at this point just get my Capri Sun sponsorship.
Yeah, seriously. Oh my God, I love that. I haven't had one of those in years, man. In years and years.
They're
That's a
so
great stream
good.
drink too.
They
Good
really
call.
are. I mean, you can have a pack of them and they stay pretty cold. I mean, it's just juice, like you don't
Yeah,
have to
true.
refrigerate them or anything. That's nice. Perfect snack.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's true. All right, we got to start doing, the Capri Sun of the day show off, show us the
yeah,
packaging, the flavor, do the review of it.
Oh yeah, post some like that one guy who does the fast food reviews. I'll wear like a suit and tie and like
Yeah, sure.
review
Why
my
not?
Capri Suns.
Then you post it
great.
on Twitter and then hashtag sponsored,
It
Make it
works
happen.
exactly like that.
Exactly. Oh man. Um I want to know, do you have a pre-stream routines or something that you do for your stream to get yourself kind of warmed up, geared up before you get to streaming? Get your Capri Sun, of
Nothing
course, is number
specific. I
one.
mean, yeah, I usually I have to have snacks, so I usually have
Yeah.
like a whole I mean, I cleaned my desk off luckily, but I have like my dinner right in front of me. I have, I'll have like gummy snacks and a couple of drinks lined up. So like I like to get everything like in its place and ready to go. And I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
okay, like I can sit here because usually I usually just stream like straight through. Like to me it's like as if I was sitting and playing like a game session, where I just keep going. And so
Yeah.
as long as I have like my creature comforts around me, my food, my drinks, my blanket, like I'm good to go, and I'm like, all right, we're ready to go.
Nice. Get the
Pull it
cozy
in.
vibes ready to go and
Yeah,
and
get
you're
all
good.
relaxed, wind down.
Cool. I love that. Yeah, you got to be cozy when you're streaming. A lot of people, I don't know what this thing is, but I keep coming across streamers in California. They all have blankets while they're streaming. Every single, I'm in
Someone said
Canada. I
this
don't
to
have a
me.
blanket. What is this thing? It's been at least the 4 or 5 streamers I see. California blanket. Isn't it like 100 degrees down there?
I don't know. I mean, it's pretty cold in my house right now. We don't have heating, so like
Okay.
I usually keep a blanket but I even have one during the summer, so I really don't have an excuse. I just
Oh my
something about
gosh.
it. Maybe I just guess I just like to sit with a blanket. It might be a Californian thing because every Californian I know
Yeah.
owns
What
like
is
8
this?
blankets minimum and buys one like every holiday occasion for no reason. So
Oh my god.
we just might
Okay.
be weirdos.
I mean, maybe. I'm in Canada. It snows here like crazy, and there's no blankets in sight. I don't know.
So
Maybe we're
weird.
used to it.
I have too many blankets. I have 2 on my bed, 3 on my bed, and then
Oh my
1, 2
gosh.
under my bed. They're everywhere.
Well, you gotta keep warm, I guess. California. Who knows?
Bundle up.
Yeah. So I mean, let's dig into your stream a little bit. Is your what are some of the factors that you would say that have contributed to your success so far on Twitch? Like, what are some of the strengths that you have as a person outside of streaming that you felt has really helped you develop, your stream and your brand and just your community?
Yeah. So, well, when I was in college, I mean, I was a student mentor. I was really involved. I did like all the campus leadership. I did some student advising. I used to do orientation. So I've always been a people person. It's something like I kind of grew into because I definitely wasn't when I was in high school. I was very like, don't talk to me. I'm good.
Yeah. Okay.
But I kind of grew into I really liked interacting with people. And I
Nice.
had to learn really quickly how to make connections. I had to remember a group of 15 people's name for 2 days, and I had to
Yeah.
learn it because, I'm the example. I'm the person who's supposed to care that they're there. And I
Sure.
think that translates into streaming in a way because especially being smaller, you have people who stop by. If they come in and say hello, you kind of have to remember people. You have to be quick and
Yeah.
like be able to make that like spark and that connection.
True.
And I think that like is one of those things. I'm a good public speaker, and like I'm good at making connections, and that's probably the strongest thing I bring into streaming and how my streams go.
Yeah, that's cool. I didn't know that. And I know you have a TikTok that's doing very well. You have almost 1,000 followers on Twitch, by the way. So everybody, please go and give a follow to Simba.
I'm very close. It's crazy.
Celebrate 1K very soon. Is it over? It's over 3,000 on TikTok.
Yeah, hit over 3,000.
Nice,
I think
congrats.
last month. Which is I was like, oh man, that's kind of crazy.
That's huge. And so I know that when we were talking, you said that you build a lot of connections through TikTok. I mean, so tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so TikTok, I never had a TikTok account before I started streaming, and before I found out you could like that's how you can get people to your stream. I found it in a Reddit thread on like the Twitch Reddit that like this is like the new meta. This is like you want people to be there. Like this is how you should get it done.
Right.
I was like, I don't like TikTok. I'm not into like all of that. And
Yeah.
okay, like I'll try it out. I'll make one. And then I just absolutely got sucked in. I do love TikTok as an app. I think it's very fun. And I think at first I started, I was very deep into Twitch talk. So like I got to see what other people were doing, but then I started to branch out into like my communities and my like where my niche lies, not just in being a streamer, but like
Right.
I like Marvel and I like Star Wars and I like Pokemon, and making this entire like it's my page. Like
Sure.
if you like it you do. If you don't, you don't. It's my page and myself. And so when people comment, like I am able to make those quick replies. And I try to really get to know people who follow and like comment on my stuff and like have conversations with people. And I think
nice.
that's like the biggest translation from TikTok to Twitch is like not only like getting followers, but making one-on-one connections with people.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. And is TikTok your main source of discoverability that you find so far?
I think so. It's definitely the main, like if I kind of polled people, it's either from TikTok or from meeting other people on Twitch, like the communities I'm active in on Twitch, and like people I've met through other creators and have become friends with hanging out in Discord. So it's definitely Discord and TikTok are like the primary kind of areas, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think that's super important. I think that there's some creators and I mean, some creators I know and some creators I don't know that I kind of take a look at their account and I see that they're not really engaging with the people that are coming to their TikToks or that are commenting and stuff like that. And I kind of always say, and it's good to hear, from you too, that that's what you're seeing, because that's what I found as well on my own TikTok. And I had the same experience, by the way, where I was like, I do not want to use this app. What is TikTok?
Yeah.
My little brother was using it when he was like, I don't know, 15. I mean, he's like,
I thought people
20
actually
now,
just danced on it, or
Yeah,
I didn't know what it was.
Yeah. And now, oh my God, it's part of everybody's life now. It's a beautiful thing.
It's
but
really cool.
Yeah, but like the people that are in your TikTok, like we know that the discoverability on Twitch is low, right? I don't want to say it's zero, and I know that everybody always hates on the discoverability of Twitch, but I do gotta say, I don't think that like that's really the case anymore, unless it's just me. But I've been seeing in my streams, I don't know if you've seen this, let me know, like people come into the stream and they're brand new, they'll follow or they'll just say hi for the first time, and I'll say, hey, how did you come across the stream? Let's say you were on my recommended.
Yeah.
Right? Does that happen to you? So it's
no, that's my same experience. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, maybe Twitch doesn't have zero discoverability after all, and that happened last week when I was playing Pokemon, which everybody's playing Pokemon last week. So how am I still on somebody's recommended when I'm playing a super saturated, heavy game, and I'm probably at who knows where I'm at in the category, but if I'm recommended to people, that means there is some discoverability. So I think that Twitch is making improvements. I do see different categories now on the front page. Like I saw it on my phone where it says like other streamers playing these types of games or similar to these types of creators, or if you watch this person, maybe you'll like this person, or small what do they call them? Small communities, or for smaller communities, something like that category name. So I think that Twitch is making an effort, right? But absolutely, things like TikTok and YouTube is where it's at, right? To develop relationships and meet new people, right? I think that that's what people might be missing out on, is like, don't just post and go, you know, like when people are commenting, that's somebody's there, they're there to say hi to you, right? So kind of engage in a conversation, say hi, and it seems like even with you, it's working to translate over to community members, right?
Yeah, I think it's because like the thing for smaller creators, that we have to make community. Like that's the number one way people grow at the moment on Twitch. If they're not making content, you know, on YouTube, and they're getting a really heavy presence there, it's like you have to be able to kind of make people feel like there's a reason, like it's you at the like end of the day. Like you have to have something, and you have to be able to make that connection and be able to have conversations, because if they don't feel like you want to talk to them or that you're interested in them at all, it's if your content isn't there, then they're not going to stick around. If your personality isn't there either, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I mean, there's a difference between like a video going viral, right? Like if there's 10,000 comments and you're not getting to every single one, like it's okay, you know? Like you
definitely
can forgive yourself, and I think the commenters will also say, okay, the person doesn't have all the time in the world to respond to every single comment, right? But a typical video, you know, that's maybe 100 views, a couple hundred views, or a couple thousand views. I mean, that's where the community lies, right? And we gotta develop those relationships, right? And those friendships.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think if you're, you know, like I said, I kind of branched out. Like I don't make too many TikToks related to Twitch. Like I'll, you know, tag Twitch things for like clips and other videos if they're relevant, to let people, you know, get it on some Twitch streamers pages. But I found that if you're too in depth and just only Twitch content, like that's also like a missed opportunity to capitalize on people who they may have never heard of Twitch, but if they heard of you and they're like, oh, well, like you do this thing and I like your videos, whatever they might be about, you know, like I said, I make Pokemon videos, I make Valorant videos, kind of like a weird, just eclectic bunch. If they know that like, oh, well, she is also on Twitch, like whatever this is, then I can also see that, like I can go there as well.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And get more of that content.
Yeah, because if they're not on, they're not going to get Twitch streamer memes like on their page. They're not going to get it. And if they do, it's going to go away pretty quickly. Like they're not going to know like, oh, like when a raid happens, you know, you're missing out on a whole other potential audience as well.
Yeah, it's true. And I do notice that I do see some Twitch streamers making content related to Twitch streaming. And I think that if it's related to like being a gamer, because you're a gamer streamer, for example, I think that can go over well and translate, because you know, obviously if you're playing games, you're looking for building a gaming community, so obviously everyone can relate. But yeah, the streaming stuff doesn't really relate to non-streamers, right? So yeah, it's a great way to make streamer friends, but maybe not build a gaming community or just a community around your streams, right? Absolutely. Yeah, for sure, that makes sense. And was there anything that like, have you ever gotten a video that like really went viral, like had a lot of crazy views? Or
I've had a few get up there, but the one that was the most viral was this is the only way I can explain it, and I don't know if it's gonna sound terrible, but it's about Uncle Iroh being a war criminal. And it got over 300,000 views. I mean, it still gets views. It's like a silly Avatar The Last Airbender thing with some audio that I just thought was funny, and that was like my most successful blow up video.
Nice.
It was. I made it in like 2 seconds after, and then that's when I figured out. I'm like, you know what? Like it clicked in my brain. I'm like, I can't try to make good content.
Yeah.
I just have to be silly. And then
Well, you gotta be
That's what
yourself,
worked.
you know? That was you just
Yeah.
being like, this is gonna be funny. I find it funny, or this is gonna be a great idea, and you just do it. And I hear that all the time, and it happens to me too, where when you put so much hours, I even saw somebody tweet it this weekend. They said, I'm about to go sit in my room and edit a video for hours for it to do not as good as the videos I spend 30 seconds on. You know, it's like this
Yep.
weird thing that you just put almost no effort, and because it's more, I don't know, maybe it's more natural, or there's something more authentic about it, something more just like off the cuff, more fun and silly. And TikTok is primarily more fun and silly
Fun and
and
silly.
you
Yeah.
know.
Like you either have those videos that go viral that are just random, like you took a weird video of your neighbor that fell and it gets like millions of
Yeah,
views, or it's like helpful information, or just someone
right.
just talking. Like you'll see like some of the like big influencers on TikTok just talk and
Yeah,
like talk about whatever they want and about
true.
themselves. They don't have like anything else but that. But everyone is like, "Oh, I'm eating it up. I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
it."
Oh yeah, for sure. If it's, especially if it's a big content creator or celebrity, you know, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. That's too funny. So, and did that video did that translate into like a lot of followers for you? I mean, surely on TikTok that helped.
Yeah, it did on TikTok. Like it kind of shot up my views in that, and then I think like because of that, like I got pushed in the algorithm a little bit more. There was like a period of time where like a lot of my videos were doing really well.
Okay.
But most of the ones that were like community, like where I've gotten community members, are from ones where, like one of my great streaming friends, Moosifer, he found one of my TikToks that came up like that was one of those audios like, if this is on your For You page, you know,
Okay,
you
yeah.
may like, and like I kind of just put all the stuff that I liked and then sent it out into the world and was like, well, if you like this
Yeah.
stuff, then you'll like me and you'll
Right.
follow me. And those are where I've gotten more people like who actually come and check out streams, is because they'll reply. They're like, "Oh, I like this, this, and this." I'm like, "Oh, well, that's super cool." Like,
Nice.
you know, and then it branches off from there.
Yeah, yeah.
But everything else like kind of pillows between those that are, like kind of like call to action, like, "Here, follow me, and you know, you'll like
Right.
my stuff." And then everything else kind of pillows between that.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, because you know, there's been kind of a debate on virality and if viral videos are actually beneficial or potentially, you know, hurtful, so to speak,
Hmm.
to your TikTok page, let's say, because I mean, you can't really go viral on Twitch unless a big streamer raises you or something like that, right? I don't even know if that's still considered viral, but you know, a TikTok blowing up, getting 300,000, you know, 100,000 views or a million views, let's say. I mean, if an account isn't like ready to absorb and take all that in, right, and like send it somewhere, like it might not be the best thing for your account to be viral, right? Like
Yeah.
I even saw a video. The guy was showing, I don't know if you saw this on your For You page this weekend, but he was like doing his eyebrows with threading, and like the reply was like, "Oh, are you using dental floss to like, you know, pluck your eyebrows?" And then he was
Yeah.
showing like a technique called threading, which like you use, like, I don't even know if it's dental floss or just string, but
Yeah. Yeah.
you just
Yeah.
use this string to like, you know, do his eyebrows, right? And then he goes, and it got millions of views, right? But at the very, very end of the video, he's like, "Guys, do not follow me for beauty tips because I do not make beauty tips. Like, you're not gonna see any of this stuff ever again on my channel, right?" And I'm like, that's like a good idea, because what were the odds that video went viral, right? But just to say, like, it's a great example, because a lot of people want to go viral, but then their account may not be like ready for that type of thing, right? Like you said, if I just film my
Yeah.
neighbor like falling over or something like that, you know, it's like the rest of my content is like, "Hey, I'm a Twitch streamer." It's like it doesn't really go, it doesn't really mesh, right? So it kind of has to be ready for it, and that's why I was curious about your videos that you said that hit 300,000, because it seems like your other videos that are more about you and about, you know, who you are, and that show off, you know, your personality and the things that you like, that's what really brings community members, right? Versus a viral video that is just for fun and for silly, you know.
Yeah, I mean, like you get a lot of comments on videos that like go a little viral, but I find the ones that like either like get the community members or get the follow and get people like to actually come to the streams are the ones that they hit their For You page randomly and they see that there's not a lot of likes or comments so that they can leave one,
Right.
or they're ones that are kind of like in my niche areas of where like this is something I like, and then other people are like, "Oh, well, I like that too."
Yeah.
rather than like, oh, like here's a clip from my stream. My stream clips never do like too well, but again, they're just like padding like, oh, by the way, also like
Right.
at
Yeah.
least for me, I'm like, I also stream on Twitch.
So if you had to give like a tip to someone that was, you know, streaming, trying to grow, looking to grow their stuff and posting to TikTok, would you recommend more of this type of content? Like, hey guys, this is who I am, versus like posting clips of like moments, like funny moments of their streams of like, let's say gameplay?
Yeah, I think it depends. I think my clips are never like edited, but I think you'll see like, you know, if someone has really good editing skills, like those go a long way. So I think it's like whatever like, you have to play to your strength is going to be where you go. Like for me, like my strength is not in editing. I can't edit to save my life. I can put a video in the DaVinci and I can like take parts out and be like, all right, that works. But
Nice.
I think a lot more of it is like, I think being yourself and being a presence rather than just like being only like making trying to chase those viral videos, and having
Yeah.
like an actual presence in your content is like the most important thing to be able to
Yeah.
make those connections and have that translate over, especially
For
on
sure.
TikTok. I mean, if you know, have 1,000 followers, you can go live on TikTok, you know, so then
Sure.
like you really just have to make a couple of connections and then it kind of goes from there.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. I think that, you know, for the most part, unless you have something really, really, really unique, you know, you can do, I don't know, special voices, or you know, you're a super, you know, artistic, and you have great, like a great talent, you know, or you're really, really like funny. I think some really like outside 1%, you know, type of talent, then that can do well on its own, like repetitively, right? Like if every single time that you're streaming it's just constant laughter, right, then you can take clips of that and probably do well on TikTok, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not everybody's in the 1%, because then it wouldn't be the 1% anymore, right?
Exactly.
But you know, I think that's exactly what you know, I agree with you there, right? Like you just gotta be you and not try to chase that, like those viral clips, because it doesn't always come around that often either, right? Like if you're relying on something in Valorant to go, or whatever game you're playing, an online game, Call of Duty or whatever it is, to kind of go crazy, then you know, you got to kind of be streaming often and a lot to really find those moments to be posting clips, which is not sustainable long term, right?
Yeah, I think it's also like you have to learn what content does well, but also learn how the apps themselves work, because it isn't just, you know, like, oh well, you can kind of post anything, and like there is a formula to it. Like there are ones where you can kind of just post whatever and it's either gonna like go viral or it won't. But there's also like a small strategy to getting, you know, just a regular amount of views, like into like 1,000 to 2,000 views, you know, that's like I think most people's ideal. It's like that's a good video, because that's a lot of views to get
Absolutely.
on just any random video.
Yeah, for sure.
You kind of also have to learn that like algorithm portion as well, like when to post, if you post it too long, if something's too short, where do you cut it, where do you trim dead air. There's also a learning curve that I think it's like, I think people can get discouraged on TikTok, but I had to learn it like through a lot of research of on Reddit and other areas of like, this is how like this can work for you, because anyone can make it work, but you have to kind of learn how to play the game with it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because you have to kind of know the audience that's there, right? And also the audience that you want to build, right? Like if you're making really like high energy, crazy content that's very, you know, attention pulling, right? Maybe you're going to get more of the younger generation to be part of your community, right? Whereas if you're talking about like, you know, especially the topic will help things too, right? If you're talking about like cleaning your house, you're probably not going to get like 16-year-old kids, right? Or 18-year-old kids, but you're going to get some, you know, older people that just bought their house, right? So the older generations, for example, right? So it really the topic depends, but also like your energy, and like you said, but that does go hand in hand with kind of gaining people's attention and getting them to watch the video to even understand and like you, right? Because if they're not watching you, then they can't like you, right? So absolutely, for sure. What's one thing with like streaming that like or even TikTok that like you struggle the most with? Like you said, like you can't edit, you know, but obviously your edits, you know, you're fine, you're doing good, right? Your TikTok is doing well, and your streams are doing very well. But what's something that like you find that has been a little bit of a struggle for you with the content creation?
Well, I think we all struggle. I try to, remind myself that this is something I do for fun and that it is meant to be fun.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be something that makes myself feel bad in any way. But I think most people, including myself, struggle. Like if a video doesn't do well at all, or like isn't up to what you thought it would be, or like there's not as many people in your stream as you thought there might be. And I think it takes, it takes a little hit on your like, I think like the imposter syndrome hits, but also like just your confidence is like, what am I doing? Like, what is it about me?
Yeah.
That's going like, what's happening? Like, what's different? What am I not doing?
Right.
And I reflect that inward a lot. And I think a lot of people who stream and make content who are doing it, even if it's just for fun, it always takes a hit at you if something isn't going like the right way or how you want it to.
Yeah, for sure. I think that it's kind of, it comes with the territory of being a content creator. Like we are putting, it's not like a piece, it is like a piece of work that we're working on, or we're editing like a clip or something, and then we're putting it out there for the world to see. So it's kind of like a piece of work, but it's also ourself. Like we are the content, the streamer,
Yep.
or the content creator is the content. So when it's not doing well, it's like, it's me. It's like, it's very personal, right? And so I think it's a very hard thing for people to kind of separate and be like, whoa, it isn't really me, it's something with the content that I gotta switch up, or like you said earlier, learning the algorithm, learning when to cut dead air and things like that, right?
Yeah, and then understanding too, like especially like with streaming, it's at a certain time, like it's live, not everybody, in the world can be there all at once, like for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And so I think like you also have to remind yourself of like everything that can go into it. Like it can't all just be you, but there are things that it's like you can change things as well if you don't like something or aren't feeling it. And I find that's also like a difficult thing to deal with, is when you're like, am I actually like, is this something I want to do? Like, is this like what game I'm going to play? What am I going to do on stream? Is this actually something I want to do? Because then that like affects your content as well, and what you're doing is your general mood.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that we should always be in a good mood. And like you said earlier, like if you're not having fun with it anymore, like you're gonna just stop streaming, right? And I think that is kind of like a good way to think of it, is you got to be in a good mood. You got to be doing things that you want to be doing. If you see a specific game is gonna do well for you for whatever reason, but you're not enjoying it, maybe it's not the play, right? Because at the end of the day, people are gonna come into your stream expecting a type of stream, and then they're not getting it because you're not really in a good mood, right?
Yeah, exactly. If your heart's not into it, then it's even harder. It's hard on you, and it's hard on other people, because you can tell. Like, I mean, I've been there watching streams where I'm like, they are not enjoying any of this, and it's so uncomfortable for everybody, and I just feel bad. I'm like, no, like if you don't like it, turn it off. Like, shut the computer down.
Yeah, exactly. Just call it, because it's true. Like, we're out here to have fun, and I mean, streamers, it's kind of, it's you're a host, right? You're hosting a vibe, right? You're hosting an environment. You're an entertainer. Like, it doesn't have to mean you're an entertainer. It means you're like a comedian and on a what's it called, like on Broadway or something like that, right? But you're still someone that is providing entertainment, and that could be the chill vibes, the cozy vibes, the funny vibes, or whatever it is, right? And if you're not able to do that because you're not even having fun, it's like, switch it up, or turn it down.
And you're selling the experience of like what's happening, because if you have to get there when it's going, it's not the same if you're like rewatching it later. So like it really has to fit like the feel of how like you would want it run, or what you would want to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why I always say like we should be watching back our VODs, right? Like not big, but successful content creators are watching back their content continuously to make sure that it's still good, and that there's no issues, and that the vibe is there, and it's something that they would watch, right? And it's something I personally do. I don't know if it's something that you do often, but it's something that everyone should be doing, to just check in and say, hey, is this content, like, if I don't even want to watch my own content, why would I expect anyone else, right? Type of
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
So you gotta see what it's like, you know. But yeah, and there's one thing I wanted to say is that I can't remember who said it. I think it might have been Casey Neistat, since we brought him up earlier. I think it was him. But he said, you know, when you have, oh, you know who it might have been? Gary Vee. I think it was Gary Vee. They're the same to me. Gary Vee said, when you have the highs, because he's super into content creation. If you guys don't know, I mean, he's all over the place, right? And yeah, he runs his businesses and all that stuff, but he's very heavy into content creation. His first thing that he ever did was he was making wine, because his dad owned like a wine business, and then he would do wine reviews on YouTube. And they were like these horrible videos, like horrible quality, like no lighting and all that stuff. And it was ugly, right? But he was just making content. So he says, like, when things are doing really, really well, like you can't set that as your new baseline, right? Like at the highs of the highs and at the lows of the lows, you just kind of got to ignore it, right? So like when you get a raid and there's like a bunch of people coming into your stream and all these new followers come in, it's like, yeah, ride that high, but don't live at that high, you know, after that, because that's not your new normal, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when it's a super low stream, like you said earlier, like maybe the views aren't there that day or the video didn't do that well, it's like, don't take it to heart, because it's not the normal, right? Don't let it like sit with you forever, right? So don't ride those highs and don't ride those lows. Just continue going and continue doing what's true to you, you know? So I don't know if that helps people out there listening, but I think it kind of ties in a little bit, you know?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I agree.
And like, speaking of these like kind of like mistakes and stuff, I mean, is there other types of mistakes that you see, you know, some other streamers making that you can like give some tips to and talk to? Like, this is something that you constantly see that kind of bugs you.
I think one thing, like, definitely, especially me as like someone who does lurk and a lot, like I primarily lurk. Like if I'm not chatting, it doesn't mean I'm not there. I like to say I'm like I got my eyes everywhere. But I think one thing is like it's talked about a lot where it's like I don't mind when people go silent. You know, I don't mind when there's a lull like in whatever's happening, especially if like. But it depends on what you're doing. Like if you're playing, you know, a certain type of game that's like a story game where there's dialogue, you know, that makes a little bit more sense to like be quiet. But I can notice if someone starts chatting, people perk up and then they start performing a little bit more rather than
Right.
just kind of keeping that natural presence the entire time. If someone does, you know, if someone like is in chat, not the perk up, the like immediate change in like the vibe, because then like the vibe before, you know, it just feels like you weren't interested until like someone said something.
Yeah,
When it's like, you know, like people we're here, we're like chilling in the background. Like I also like when you get excited that I'm here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's true. Like especially with newer streamers, and that's something that I've talked about in the past too, is like you're just starting out, it's your first stream type of thing, you know, your first couple streams and you have 0 viewers, it's and you're watching the view count, waiting for that view count to go up, and it goes from 0 to 1, and then you're like, oh, you know, okay, yeah, hey guys, this is what we're doing. It's like, it's, you know, it doesn't really work, right? Exactly like you're saying. Yeah, you got to kind of keep that vibe going the whole time, as if there's 100 lurkers, right?
I think that's the thing, like with my stream. My streams are my chat's very mellow. Like it's not very but it depends, like when I start stream, you know, and it's more talkative, but as we get into it, it definitely dies down in a vibe. And I think like that's where I've gotten that, you know, mentality that's like just because no one's saying anything doesn't mean that there isn't a presence. And so like you have to keep your presence there, because it is like you said, it's kind of like you know, it's almost like you're selling a TV show, where it's like this is like you're selling an experience. So if the experience isn't complete from start to finish, then like it just feels weird for people who may be there the entire time or come in those like weird lulls.
Yeah, it's true. And I noticed, because I've been playing a lot of Pokemon, and everybody's, you know, and you too, you've been playing some Pokemon,
Mhm.
and everybody's been playing Pokemon, you know, even not just the streamers, but everybody, right? So a lot of people come in and they're like, oh, I'm playing Pokemon too. So they're kind of like invested in their game, and I'm here, you know, and the streamers are here to kind of provide a vibe and an experience, like you said. And so we're just kind of all playing together. So you can't expect them to be typing in chat when they want to be playing along with you, kind of, right? So that
Yeah.
happens a lot too. There's a lot of lurkers that are just gaming and they want to have something up. So if you go quiet because nobody's chatting, well, you're not providing that experience for them to lurk to, right? Absolutely.
Exactly. Because I
Yeah.
mean, I do that. Like, I'll be playing whatever game, and if I'm not, you know, paying attention too hard, I'll have Twitch up and I'll be watching streams
Yeah.
while it's happening. And I think that's where you also see, I mean, not everybody can be someone with 1,000 viewers going at a time, but that's something you will see with those streamers is that once you start consistently from start to finish, it's consistent the entire way through. And I think that's something that everyone can adopt into how they do things, is like keeping that consistency, so
Yeah.
that at any point if someone was in there, then they know exactly what they're getting into and like what's happening.
True. Yeah, that consistency, and not just throughout the entire stream, but from stream to stream as well. You know, like, yes, I do want to say that we are human, right? And we're gonna have good days, bad days, and whatever it is, right? And I think that's completely normal, and I think that's a good thing, right? Like, we're not robots, right? And you know, we might have had a bad day at work or in life or IRL, whatever it is, right? I think that's normal, but that kind of vibe, that experience that you're providing, for it to be as consistent as you can possibly make it, right? And I think that goes a long way, right? For viewers to come back, right? Because if they see something one time and they like that experience, then they come back another time and it's completely different, because maybe you have less viewers or no viewers or more viewers or whatever it is, then it's like, that doesn't mesh anymore with what they originally wanted, right? So
Yeah, I think a good example of that is Sweet Tails, who, you know, she really made her entire like journey on Twitch, like becoming a partner and growing the way she did through TikTok.
right.
And if you go to her stream every time, you know exactly what you're getting into. You know
Yeah.
how she's gonna talk. You know what's going on. You know that it's gonna be like that experience. Like, there's not gonna be a Sweet Tail stream you go into and she's playing like lo-fi music with like her hoodie up and like
Yeah.
not talking at all and like playing Stardew Valley. It would throw everyone off. Everyone would be
true.
really freaked out.
She should do it. It would be funny.
That would be fun. I honestly would watch. I'd love to watch
Yeah.
her play Stardew Valley.
It would be good, a Halloween costume or something, you know,
Yeah, it'd be
Halloween
great.
stream. Freak everybody out. What the heck's going on with Tails? Yeah. Yeah, it's a good point. And I think that's a good tip that some streamers could take for themselves and apply to their own streams. How are we doing on time? We have a few. You're okay?
Yeah, I'm all good
Yeah.
on time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Because I wanted to ask you, what would be something that, because you're coming up on 1 year, right? Or you're over
I just
1 year.
had my 1 year.
1
Yeah.
year, right?
Over a year.
So, what's one thing that you would do differently if you could start like your streams all over again, and your whole brand, your whole presence, your whole all of your content?
I think I would have really narrowed down, kind of like I have now. Like, these are dedicated times and days I'm doing things, because I think at the beginning, I really was all over the place. Like, I took variety to like the very variety like peak, where every time I was doing something different, because I, you know, depended on my mood a lot.
Sure.
But now I have, you know, structure and schedule. People know. And I send out a schedule every week of what I plan to do, when I plan to do it. And so it's like, okay, well, you know exactly like what is happening. And I think I would have kept that consistent, as well as being really heavy in Discord at the beginning, because I have a Discord server and it's active, but I think it would be more active if I had understood how to use it when I had started it. And had people join, because I mean, I didn't know anything about Discord. I was on it, you know, like to talk to some friends, but I didn't wasn't in any servers or anything like that.
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
I think I would like really focus on making Discord like a really poppin' place, because that's where you also, you know, can build a lot of community. People get to know each other, and like you go into I have some friends, you go into their chat and everybody in chat knows each other because they also see each other in Discord.
Right.
So narrowing down like what I want to do, having a proper schedule, and then also like making sure my Discord was kept up. I think those are like kind of Discord's very slept on as a tool
Yeah,
in
I think so.
streaming.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's crazy how much you need to learn to become a streamer, you know, and for it to kind of be successful, and all the different pieces of it that you need to do, right? Like you need to have a Twitter account, and you need to have a Discord, right? And you don't need to have a YouTube, right? But nowadays you need to have a TikTok or a YouTube so you could be posting shorts, right? It's like there's so many things you got to do, and then the editing and learning the softwares and stuff. It's a lot, you know. So yeah, not knowing Discord at the beginning, it's like, who isn't in that same boat, right? Like so was I, right? So
I mean, I just kind of made the server. I was like, okay, like I have one. Like that's what you're supposed to do, right? And then I didn't know what to do with it at all.
Well, now I'm in your server, and it's popping. It's popping. So you're doing.
We have some fun there, you know.
You're doing a great job. You're doing a really good job. I have a couple more questions, but what I do want to do is open up Q&A in the chat. So anyone that's here in the chat, we're welcoming you to go ahead and type any questions you may have for myself or for Sim, and we'll get to them. But I do have a few last questions to ask you while people are typing away. Where did the name Cyndaquil come from? Obviously, Cyndaquil, the Pokemon.
Yes,
right?
it was actually my like old Tumblr URL that luckily is wiped off the face of the earth. I wiped it off the face of the earth once I started streaming.
Tumblr's making a comeback now.
I know, now I'm upset because I was like, no, like if I had known Tumblr was gonna make a comeback, I would have deleted it. It would have been hilarious because I have so much like it was embarrassing stuff because I had a Tumblr account, I think, for 10 years before I deleted it.
Oh my God.
I was one of the OGs on Tumblr, and now I'm mad that it's coming back. But,
so it comes from Cyndaquil, but where does it come from?
Well, like, so my full name is very doxable because thanks, Mom. I have one of those names.
Okay,
but my nickname is Sim, and like Simba, like those were my nicknames growing up because it's derived off my name. And so I kind of just was thinking of URLs when I was in high school. I'm like, what would be like really funny? Like, what would be a good URL? And I was like, Simba Quill would be so good, and that's why it has the underscore because of like the Tumblr, you know, like how you'd write it out. But I made it up in high school for like my Tumblr blog, and then when I was trying to think of names for Twitch, Sim was taken and Simba was taken, so I was like, if I can't be just Sim, then Cyndaquil is fun. That's funny. I was like, I can play Pokemon, and you know, people will get it.
I love that. So yeah, then it makes it so easy. You got the Cyndaquil emotes and all that stuff, so it kind of all bands together.
We made it into a little brand, you know.
Yeah,
we have
I love
Quill
that.
Town.
How important do you think that like the username is? I mean, spoiler, I'll say that I think username is quite important, you know, for content creation in general. But I wanna hear for you, like, how has your username affected your experience as a creator?
Yeah, I get a lot of compliments on my username. It's really easy. Like people call me Simba. That's my name. You know, it's already kind of like there. It's the Cyndaquil reference. Like people know I like Pokemon. I think it's really important when picking a username that. It doesn't have to be anything special, but it has to be something that like people can recognize when they see it and they can remember easily. So, you know, like something like XXX underscore Titan, like with all the like letters as numbers, you know, that's not, who's gonna remember how to type that in? So I think you have to be like a little bit strategic when you pick a username, especially if you want to like grow a following. It has to be something recognizable but also like fits your vibe.
And also something rememberable, memorable. That's the word.
Yes.
Has to be memorable, right? Because if they see you on YouTube or in somebody else's stream, right, or on TikTok, it's like, oh, what was that person's name? Oh, I gotta go type XX underscore this, all these numbers. It's like, no, I can just type Simba Quill, boom, I'm in. You know.
Like, yeah, I'm right there. You find me every time.
That's it. You know, so I think it's important for usernames and for people just starting out, you know, or even if not, maybe change your username, right, if it's not working for you. But I think it's important, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I find yours is really nice. Like, it's like easily rememberable. I remember when you like started making TikTok videos because you popped into Twitch Talk a lot. And so I remember seeing them, and I mean, like, the Peach TV it's easy to remember. It's quick. It had to, like, you know, use the cute little peach theme, you know. I'm like, oh my, okay, you remember. It's easy. Like, it all comes together.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
In my head.
Well, I grew up with, I mean, it was kind of like a nickname for me my whole life. So everybody just calls me Dapeach or Peach or Peachy. So it's just like, all right, let's just go with it. And
I find that's like the best kind of username to pick, is something that like you'll recognize, like when someone calls you that, because, you know, like that's, if you want to be, do you want to be referred by like whatever weird you picked up as? Yeah,
exactly. I think that there's two things, like either you go with your own type of nickname, your own name type of thing, a spinoff of it, or now this is your opportunity to become whoever you want, like an
alias. You'd be like have it. Like, there's farting glitter is really popular in Valorant.
Right,
TikTok.
yeah.
Like, what kind of username you know, but that's, it's recognizable.
True, and very recognizable and funny.
Everyone knows it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, right? Or you can become like Shadow Demon or something, right? Like whatever username really you want. And then now you choose what people call you, right? You could be called Shadow, you could be called, you know, whatever it is, right? That's your moment to just kind of remake yourself, create your own persona, right? And I think it's important too, because that if you're going that route, choose something that is relevant to the type of content that you're making, right? Like, example, if you play a lot of shooting games and you're going to go by like a name like Gunslinger or something like that, right? Or Cowboy or whatever it is, like at least that kind of makes sense that you like do shooting games or something along those lines, right? But if you're like Hockey Fan 99 and then you're you know
like Black Ops,
yeah, like, you know, it doesn't really make sense, right? So that's your chance to like be smart about it, right? Because it's also it's also an identifier, right? Like Cymbaquil, you know, I'm gonna guess that you've at least played Pokemon on stream, right? So
yeah, like that's like, you know, it's a forefront of like what videos I make and what I talk about, and like it just fits, like it meets the expectation of like what you think you're gonna get out of it.
Exactly. Cool. So, and before we get to Q&A, I did want to mention, I see some great questions in chat, so thank you all to who's posting some questions. We'll get to them now. But I did want to say, because I wanted to ask you, you changed your schedule this week. And I think it's important to talk about, if we could briefly touch on it. Yeah. Tell us a bit about that story.
So I I quit my job today. I worked a full-time job this past year. I mean, you know, good money, work from home kind of job, but it just wasn't a good fit for me. So like, while also like, you know, doing something else that's a hobby and like streaming and content creation, I was also juggling this job that just wasn't really fitting me and it wasn't making me happy. So I quit today. I didn't give a notice. I was just like, bye. See you later. And you know, it's like scary to take like a leap like that, because I mean, I don't have a job like technically like already set to go, you know, but it's giving more time to stream and like work on some of my hobbies in the meantime, which is really fun and exciting. So I get to mess around with like my schedule and streaming during the day and like seeing how that goes.
Yeah, nice.
And adding more time. Yeah.
Absolutely. Very cool. What are some of the hobbies that you're going to be doing now that you have a bit more time?
Well, I mean, I love to do puzzles. And I love puzzles. I have one rolled up, but it's just it's a quiet activity. I like a good quiet activity. And then painting. I'm not a good painter, but I like to paint. It's a lot of fun. And it's the snow season now.
It's the what season?
It's a snow season.
Snow
So
season.
I'm going to be going snowboarding over the
Oh,
weekends
nice.
as well. So
Nice.
just getting to have some fun
Yeah, absolutely.
and make more videos and like try new things.
Cool.
It's really
Yeah,
exciting.
absolutely. It is exciting. And you know what? I think that we've been, I think maybe our generation and older has been kind of like feared into this, like, what do you mean you're not working? Like, you quit your job without having something else lined up? What, are you crazy? You know, like that's been
Mhm.
like drilled into us, but I don't think it's really the case anymore, you know? Like, so what if you take a couple weeks off, a couple months off, or a year off, or whatever it is, right? If you're not, you know, digging yourself into crazy amounts of debt, and you're doing okay, like that's what savings are for, man. You know, like we work hard, we save a bit of money, and then you go from there, right?
Yeah, what's the
So
point of saving my money if I can't, if
yeah,
I'm really, if something's not serving me, like I'm not being served and I'm not being fulfilled and I'm not happy,
absolutely,
why continue doing something that doesn't bring me any joy,
100%.
when I have the opportunity to change that? Because,
Yeah.
we can make our own choices. We have free will. We can do
Yes.
what we want. There's
Good
no
for
rule
you.
book.
Absolutely. I love that. I love that. Good for you. I'm happy for you. I'm
Yeah,
wishing you lots
it's
of
scary, but it's
yeah,
nice. I'm happy
for
with
sure.
my
But
choice.
it's not the end. It's not the end, you know? It doesn't mean that in a couple of weeks or months you can't just say, you know, okay, I'm going to find a job. Like it's not that, you know, it's not, you
Yeah.
didn't retire. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
it's not like I'm never gonna work again. Like
Yeah,
I've got to get back
exactly.
to work, but it's nice to
Yeah.
take a break.
Cool. So we could check out your streams. You said more daytime streams, and you're in California.
Yes, so
So
for East Coast, it's usually probably early afternoon. California, like later afternoon time zones. It kind of depends on the day, but I mean, obviously East Coast is gonna get them later than
yeah, yeah,
the West
for sure.
Coast.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. So expect to see that, and like you said, getting some more videos going. You'll be posting those on YouTube. You're gonna do some YouTube stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping to edit some of my like I played the Telltale Walking Dead games. I'm hoping to edit those into like smaller chunks because that was really fun
Nice.
to play through, and then maybe like while I have free time playing some other stuff and just recording them solely for YouTube.
Cool.
Just get some practice in.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Cool, awesome. All right, guys. Well, you heard it here first. Go and check out Simbaquill, YouTube and Twitch, and you guys can find the links here if you're in chat. I'm sure the mods will help out with some links. And if you're watching this on YouTube, then the links are down below. Very cool. Let's get some questions. I'm excited. I see a bunch of awesome questions. All right, I see Meow Girl Steph. Hello. What tips do you have for starting a Discord for streamers who don't have one yet?
I think my biggest tip is kind of join a couple of really popular servers. Ones that have like a couple thousand people in them, just to see how they're run and operated and take inspiration from. I mean, it doesn't even have to be a huge Discord, but see what other people are doing, what kind of categories they have, what people like to type. Just so you can, kind of model, like if someone has a successful Discord, there's a reason.
Right.
And it's because, either it's aesthetically easy to use, like they have all the categories people want. And then make sure you're active in your Discord. Like if you have a Discord server, you have to be the one who's like starting in conversations and like posting regularly as well. It can't just be all on the expectation of others.
Yeah.
So I think those are like the biggest like things. If you're starting a Discord, is like you really have to put time into it to make it look nice and have interesting discussions with people.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And guys, don't forget that when you're, providing your Discord server, so are every other streamer, right? So there's a bunch of servers that people are a part of, right? And so not only now are like Discord is a social media platform in and of itself, right? So you got the YouTube, you got TikTok, you got Twitch, Instagram, and now there's like the Discord too, right? So it's time that people have to dedicate to go into these different servers and chat, right? So exactly like you said, Sim, you gotta, as a streamer, you gotta be in there and saying, hey guys, how's everybody doing, or what's up, or just start engaging in conversation, right? For sure.
Yeah, I find that
Absolutely.
if someone joins your Discord, more than likely they joined because they also thought that they could talk to you. So if you're not there and not
Yeah.
available ever, then they're like, okay, well, I guess I'm gone.
Yeah.
Like, why would I hang around if I don't feel like I'm gonna like get anything out of it or get any conversation or no one's actually talking?
True, absolutely. It's a great place for people to talk off stream, and I suggest that streamers should make it as of day one and start building it out, right? And as you meet people and followers, just say, "Hey, come over to Discord and we can chat offline," right? Thanks for the question, Steph. We also have a similar question from Nonsense Sock saying, "What are some things you've done with your Discord to build community? Is there anything unique or special that you do in your streams in your Discord?"
I think it depends. Like, if we do community streams, like if we have Mario Kart or Jackbox, we'll like we've had Jackbox nights where we just we have a Jackbox role, so we ping. So that's where also like setting up your Discord and making sure like people can select roles. Like if someone wants to play Valorant and like I'm looking, like, oh, we need a squad here,
Yeah.
um, being able to build community by asking people to play and then also setting up those community games. And hopefully I want to start in December, and now I have the time to we want to start watching Avatar The Last Airbender in
Nice.
Discord and having Avatar nights, which I think that's like a fun way to build community as well, getting people, even if you like have everyone muted, like you can have a text chat and everyone is just
Yeah,
watching and enjoying and talking about something together.
for sure.
So finding like things people like to do and just inviting people to come join in together and have
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, something a little bit special, something a little bit more special than the Twitch streams, something a bit more unique and different that you could do. Cool, I love that.
Yeah.
I'll be there for Avatar nights for sure.
It's gonna be
I
fun. I'm
love
excited.
Avatar.
It's so good.
Cool, yeah, it is. What else? I got a question here from Cool Panda asking, simple question, but what are your top 3 favorite games? Good question.
Okay, I saw this and I've been thinking about it, so I had my answer ready.
Nice.
The original Kingdom Hearts game, the Animal Crossing GameCube game, so specifically the GameCube one. That one is my favorite, and
Okay.
I think it's kind of like Pokemon Emerald is like probably the real answer, but I also love Resident Evil 4. That's also one of my favorite games of all time. But
Wow,
I think
nice.
Pokemon Emerald edges it out just a little bit. But Resident Evil's up there too.
Oh man, I played Resident Evil. I don't even know. It might have even been Resident Evil 1 on PlayStation 1, and I was like this little kid freaked out of my mind. I don't know how old I was, maybe 8
Oh
years
my
old.
god,
And
no. He's traumatized.
I'm like, Dad, like thanks for renting this game for me at Blockbuster, but dude, do not get me this shit ever again. It's way too scary. Holy. Have you played
I
any of the new
used
Resident Evils?
I haven't played any of the new ones. The new ones are a little too scary for me. Once it
Yeah.
hit like Resident Evil like 6 and 7, like they like turned into full-blown horror games. I was like,
Yeah.
whoa, wait a minute. Where's my silly like you can like roundhouse kick somebody? Like where's my silly little Resident Evil game gone to?
Yeah, yeah.
So
Oh
I haven't played any of
man.
the recent ones. I might, but I'm so bad with scary games. I get so squeamish. I'm such a baby. So
Yeah.
it would take the life out of me.
Me too, honestly. Like, I think in the moment, like a scary movie, if it's on, like I'm into it and I want to know what's going on, I'll watch it. But then
Mhm.
after, I so regret it because then I can't sleep for days and I'm just, freaking out. I'm freaking out. So,
I'm the person who has to look up like the jumpscare.com website. I look up to see like how many jump scares are in a movie. Like I
what?
watched it for the first time finally after how many years has it been out since like 2017.
I
I
have no
like
idea.
finally watched it for the first time and I like was like sitting there and everyone said it's not scary and I'm sitting there the whole time just like waiting for something that like
Oh
I'm the
man.
worst with them.
I had no idea that was like a website. If ever I get sucked into that, I'll check it out for sure.
Yeah, it's a great website.
Cool, good to know. Um, Thanks for the question, guys. Nonsense Socks is asking, when implementing new things into your content creation or stream, what is your go-to resource? That's a good
Um,
question.
That is, I think most of mine, I mean, for me, honestly, I get a lot of advice off of Reddit. It may not be specifically about Twitch stuff, but if I'm like looking into something that has to do with like a game I'm playing or something that I'm interested in, I usually go on Reddit because I usually find the answer. I don't know. People on Reddit seem to know what they're talking about more often than not.
Yeah, it's true.
So
Yeah,
I usually go to Reddit
Googling.
just to get all my advice.
Yeah, I usually Google like my question and then I'll put Reddit at the end, and then I always get an answer, you know? And
Every
I trust
single
that.
time.
Yeah, I trust it. I trust a random guy or random person on Reddit more than I would trust like an article written, you know? It just
Trust
I don't
Reddit
know.
sometimes more than the doctor. Like I'm like, oh, this hurts. Like Reddit. Like anybody else ever felt this pain? I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay, well here's like a list of things that
Hey.
it might be.
Hey doctor, I read this on Reddit, okay? It's right.
I know I'm the worst patient when it comes to that. I'm like, well, I saw it on the internet, so
Yeah.
it has to be true.
Yeah, my doctor says the same thing. You can't Google things and then come to me. I'm like, yeah, but you know, it takes forever to get an appointment with you, so I need answers now, man. You're not open in the middle of the night.
I
when
realize
I'm
I don't
freaking-
have liver cancer, but like you can't blame me for freaking out a
my
little
God.
bit.
When you Google medical advice, it always leads to cancer, you know. You're
Every
always...
time. Oh, I get freaked.
God.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah, Reddit is definitely a good resource. I mean, I think it depends what you're implementing as well, right? Like if it's like a new software, like something like OBS, or you're looking for a tutorial on how to set up something specific onto your stream.
Yeah,
Usually YouTube can have, you know, the in-depth guides, right? And visually they can show you what to click on or where to go, right? So
Yeah, YouTube is like obviously I think the second one because I mean people literally show you how to do everything for free on YouTube as long like and all they ask for is for you to subscribe and I'm like I can do that. Like,
yeah, exactly. Or
thanks.
watch 10 seconds of ads and that's it, you know. So
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Crandon asks, unrelated streaming question for Dapeach. Is that a 10-inch Charizard Funko in the background? Yeah, it is. It is huge. That big boy right there. He's huge. I was looking for the Bulbasaur too, but I couldn't find him. You want to see? Here, I'll go get him.
Oh, I love it.
He is huge.
Oh my God, he's huge.
He's just cool, man.
He's huge.
He's badass. We take care of him here.
I'm gonna say, I'm like, oh my God, that's so much bigger than it looks. Like as soon as it gets right up close.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
oh
you
God.
should see the Pikachu. It's even bigger. Like it's sitting in the seat.
Pika. Oh, it's so cute. He's got his own little chair. He's just a little guy.
Yeah, he's my. You know, when there's 0 viewers in the stream, it's like, no, I always got Pikachu. He's sitting there. He's always watching. You know.
I have a baby like Yoda, Grogu, like stuffed animal back there that I like also have. I'm like, that's my guy. Like he's if I got no one, he's right there.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. So I hope that answers your question, Crandon. If you guys have 10-inch Funko Pops or whatever, I don't even know if this 10-inch. It looks just way bigger, but hook me up. I'm looking for Bulbasaur, looking for all of them, all the guys. PT Blue asks, how'd you come up with your username? We did talk about that earlier. I don't know if you want to cover that again. And then is Lion King your favorite movie to go? With that.
Lion King is definitely not my favorite Disney movie. I do like it though. I mean, I was called Simba as a kid, and like I was a Nala for 1 year for Halloween, I think, which is just funny because you didn't think I'd be Simba, but I was the boy lion, so I had to be the girl lion, of course.
Yeah.
But it's my it's like a mashup of like my first name and then like fit in the Cyndaquil.
Pokemon. More Pokemon than Lion King.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's see if there's any other questions in chat. I think there's one that we're trying to break down here. I have a question for the gentleman on the left. Okay, that's me. If he wasn't this streamer, wait, I don't think I'm understanding the question. I think we're getting a rewrite. Well, thank you very much for your question though, and once it gets rewritten, we'll definitely answer it. Yeah, is there any other questions? Is there anything I missed? You guys have any other questions for me or for Simba Quill? Now is your last and only chance until when's your next stream, Sim?
Tomorrow. 1
Until
PM.
tomorrow. Okay, so until tomorrow you can't ask me or Sim anything until tomorrow. What kind of blanket should Dapeach get? Yes, the blanket expert over here in California.
Okay, honestly, I will be real. You cannot go wrong with an UGG blanket. They are expensive,
Wait, they
but
make blankets?
they do. They make bedding set. You can go to Bed Bath and Beyond. They have bedding sets. I have to go get it dry cleaned because I'm not risking ruining it in the washer and dryer. But
Oh my
they
god.
make the softest blankets and they last so long and they're so warm. But other than that,
Noted.
heated blanket, if you want a heated blanket is really worth it. They're so warm and you can turn them like on and off and like
Yeah,
turn the
yeah.
heat up and down and like heated
True.
blanket. 10
That
out
is
of
a very
10.
good point. That is a
Good
good point.
investment.
Yeah, I mean, if you really want to heat it up, you know what I mean? You're going already the blanket's supposed to keep you warm and then go heated. What about a cooling blanket? I feel like I need a cooling blanket.
Ooh, okay, so I have these sheets. If you ever buy modal sheets, they're made of bamboo.
Okay.
They're an airier fabric and so it stays really cool even if it's very hot.
So you got the cooling sheets and then you put
yeah.
the heating blanket on top and now you
The
got the
sleep
full.
is very cozy. Like we get the full experience,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
I love that. I love that. Very, very cool. Sim, is there anything else that I don't know, did you have any questions for me or for chat or for yourself? Was there something that you wanted to bring up? Was there something that you wanted to kind of share a piece of your story that maybe we didn't cover today?
I don't think so. I think like I guess I have to say is like if you're someone who has started streaming or you think you might start streaming, that you should just do it and just, take the opportunity to learn, and it's a lot of fun and it's scary, but it's really worth it, especially just for like the people you get to meet out of it. It's one of the
Absolutely.
best experiences, and like I'm very happy like I just decided to try it out.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't hurt to try it, you know? Like there's no
Yeah.
cost really involved. Most people have a microphone. You don't really need a camera to start streaming either, right?
You really
And
don't.
I started streaming on a laptop and so did so many other people. You could stream straight from your console and just try it out. And yeah, honestly, the meeting the people, I mean, I've made friends, so many friends, and I made friends for sure for life, whether I continue streaming or not. I know that I'm still gonna be gaming with these people and checking in with them and stuff like that. It's just, yeah, I don't know. And I've even met people I'm from Montreal, Canada, but I've met people from Montreal and I've even run into one, in real life. So it's like you can actually end up making real life friends, not just online friends. But to me, online friends are better than IRL friends. But hey.
I kind of are a little less high maintenance.
Yeah, true.
Always available somehow.
Yeah, that's true. I love that. Absolutely, guys. And if you ever need any help, you can always reach out to me. If you want to get started on your streaming journey, I'd love to help you out and get you started. And for me, my thing is that not everyone might have like the technical expertise to get their stream up and running and started, but you have something inside, you got that passion, you got that something that you want to express or share with the world. And I don't want you guys to be stuck not sharing that beauty inside because of some technical limitations or whatever it may be. So I'd be more than happy to help you out with getting started with streaming so you can share that thing with the world. Cool, Sim. I love that. Absolutely love that. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to seeing this new journey of yours with more full time dedicated to streaming and to yourself. Really looking forward to it.
Yeah, and thank you for having me. It's nice to talk. I don't really ever get like talk serious. I usually am like just kind of a silly person the entire time, and I think I mean I'm pretty silly in general. But it's nice to sit down and kind of talk about a little bit more like in depth. And it's been just nice to have that conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely. And maybe one day in the future, we'll bring you back when you're at, when you celebrate 2,000 followers, maybe maybe only in a few months,
When I'm famous, I'm going to be,
exactly.
1,000 viewer Andy. And like I've left the world.
Yeah. And we'll come back to this conversation, how we were talking about Sweet Tails, and it'll be, now it'll be,
I'll be like, oh yeah, she's my neighbor.
Yeah, exactly.
Or I don't know where she lives. I don't know if she lives anywhere important.
I have no idea, honestly. Cool, Simba. Thank you so much for joining me for this series. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you for your time again. Guys, if you're not following Simba Quill, please go check out her Twitch stream. She has a TikTok. She has a YouTube that she's going to be posting more to. So subscribe and hit the notification bell to get notified when she starts putting out some awesome videos. And what else? What else? Where else can we find you? Is there any other platforms that... besides Twitter? I'm sure you're on Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter. Mostly my most active platforms are definitely TikTok and Twitter. I post on Twitter too many times a day. I love Twitter. I've been on it for like 8 years. So
I hope it doesn't go down. Honestly, I don't think it's going down.
I love Twitter. I don't want it to die. I don't want to go to Hive.
Yeah,
I'll be real.
Oh my gosh. Let's not talk about Hive. I tried it and it's anyways. Maybe one day.
Not even, that's a whole other discussion.
Absolutely. Cool, Sim. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Have a great rest of your night, and we'll see you this week in your streams.
All right. Thank you. You too.
Right.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye. All right, guys, give me a few seconds. I'll be right back, and we are going to chat a little bit more. If you give me just a few seconds. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Hello. All right, we're back. We're live. Woo! That was amazing. That was awesome. Hello, hello. Mic check 1 2. All right. I always want to make sure this camera and microphone and all that stuff is working well, because when we switch between the two scenes, sometimes we get some weird issues, weird interference. But we're alive and we're good to go. How did that go? Was it okay for you guys? I hope hopefully all the audio and all that was fine. And what I want to say is that all this stuff will be posted to YouTube. So if there is any moments that you guys may have missed, don't worry about it, because it will be posted to YouTube. And I'll obviously let Sim know when it's live, and she'll let you guys know when it's live. So if there was a piece that you wanted to catch, it will definitely be there. Thank you guys so much for joining. We're not ending right now, but we'll be ending soon. If there's anybody in the chat that had any more questions or just wanted to talk more offline about streaming and stuff like that, feel free to ask. I mean, this stream is about content creation and streaming, and this stream is a safe space for streamers and creators, or people that want to get into streaming. So I don't want you to feel like you can't talk about your stream, because it's gonna kind of come off as self promo. So totally open to chat if you guys do have any other questions. But I hope that you guys enjoyed that episode. I think that there was a lot of value in there. It was awesome to talk with Sim. I think she was super chill. And if you guys do check out her streams, I mean, her now compared to her streams is a little different. It's a little different, you know. Like she said, she's more serious tonight with the conversation, and she's usually a little bit more how do we say it? She said silly. I'll use her words. And but she has some great streams. Crandon, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. First time watching this, I came from Sim's announcement, but I love that you do a series like this. Awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, well, the point is to kind of inspire and educate and motivate other streamers or creators or people looking into getting into that, right? So hopefully it helps and it does what it needs to do, right? Just talking about some of the successes and some of the struggles, because I think it's very easy to see all the easy parts, right? Like when we're streaming, it's like, that's the easy part. Let me tell you, you know. Camo Scout, hey, what's up? Welcome back. How are you? You know, like when you're streaming seriously, that's like the easy part of your stream, of your whole how do we call it, of your work, let's say, right? There's all the hard stuff behind the scenes of editing and posting on TikTok and connecting and networking and you know, working on stuff. There's just so much to do in the back end, and planning and analyzing and reviewing your VODs and all this stuff, right? So coming to the stream is like, okay, now I get to hang out, you know, and now I get to play some games or whatever category you're going to be streaming in. Maybe it's cooking or just chatting or doing some art or something, right? And it's like, okay, now I get to do like the fun stuff type of thing, right? And you're still creating content, you're still expressing yourself, you're still trying to provide a vibe and a experience, right? But it's like that comes so easy, right? So when people see streamers, successful streamers, big streamers, whatever it is, it's like, I can do that. That looks so easy, right? So hopefully this kind of helps shed a little bit of light behind the scenes as well, to show some of the work that's involved, so that for you guys too that might be struggling and saying, man, like this is so hard. Well, you're not the only one, right? Like all of us are going through it, and hopefully this can provide some tips and help you guys out. You feel inspired? Good to hear it, Grandin. Combat, thank you so much. Hey, I really appreciate it. I hope you had a great night tonight. Sleep well and have a good work week. I saw a message earlier. I figured out my issue that I had a hard time describing earlier. Okay, Blue, please explain it. Please explain it. What was the issue? We were talking about Bluetooth headphones and Bluetooth monitors. I don't know what was going on. What happened, man? Camo Scout, you've been busy? Good. Hopefully it's good busy and not hard busy. What you been up to these days? Have you been playing Pokemon? I'm absolutely addicted to Pokemon. I can't stop playing it. Like about to go and get my Switch and plug it in so we can play Pokemon right now. Painful, hey man, how are you, dude? How have you been? How have you been, man? I know that last time we spoke, I know that there was some physiotherapy stuff needed. I hope you've been doing a lot better and feeling better and stuff, man. Welcome in. Still been on that Overwatch grind? Nice. Are you what are you playing, any competitive Overwatch? What rank are you now, Camo? It was a simple audio thing in settings. Panda, I mean Blue, I'm calling you tomorrow morning, dude. I don't know what time you work. I don't care what time you work. I'm gonna call you on Discord tomorrow. I need to understand what the heck was going on, man. It's been less these days. Gotcha, Camo. Need to head off. I want to say hi. Oh, thank you so much for coming in, Camo. I appreciate that. It's really good to see you. Take care of yourself, and hopefully you get a little bit more time to get some games in and just and take care and have some fun. Cool. Thank you. Have a great night, Camo. Hey boy, Blue, what are we gonna do with you? We don't end stream until everyone understands Blue's problem. Exactly. We need to understand Bluetooth monitors. This guy's living in in the year 3000. We're all living in the Stone Age here with wired monitors. It's been a long day. Couldn't elaborate. Did a quick Google searching the exact words I wanted to say. Okay. But Blue, now that you confused all of us, you know, now we need to understand what's going on. Please help us. Post it in the Discord or something. I don't know. We need to know, dude. Oh man. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope that you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys you know, got some value from it, got some inspiration from it. If you guys know of any streamers that you would love to see on the show, please let me know. DM me or you know, Discord or something like that, because you know, I'm of course looking always for more and different types of streamers too. I want to know if you guys know of any like streamers that are into cooking or into art or whatever it may be. You know, we have interviewed a lot of gaming streamers, and I would like to branch out more and more. And to be quite honest, there's not a lot of art streamers that I know of that I personally follow. So if any of you guys know anyone that you would love to see part of the show, then please let me know, and we'll bring them on if they're available, and we'll make that happen. Guys, we are going to call it here. I will we will raid somebody in the community, or someone that is recommended to us. So don't go anywhere, but I do want to thank each and every one of you guys for being here. Thanks for being part of this series. Thanks for supporting me, and yeah, thanks to all the viewers, the lurkers, the chatters. Thank you so much to Simbaquill. Thank you to the mods for posting her links in chat, and all the shout outs and stuff. I really appreciate you guys doing that while we're in the call and stuff. Thanks for all the questions as well. That definitely helps us to make more content for the YouTube and for TikTok and things like that. That definitely helps boost. And I'm going to be making, like I said, I'm going to be making moments and shorts to post and promote Sim. So the more questions you guys have, and that we can get into some good value there, that definitely helps. So I appreciate that, guys, and hopefully that's inspiring you and helping you guys out for your own streams as well. Yeah, cool, man. You googled OBS audio headphones? Oh, nothing about a Bluetooth monitor? You got tripped out? All good. We're just playing with you, Blue. We're just messing with you, man. It is all good, dude. We figured that you got tripped up. It's all good, dude. Hopefully it is all fixed now too. If it's not, DM me and we'll get into it. This is why I majored in science and not English. Yeah, dude, trust me. I've been speaking English my entire life, and English is freaking hard. So don't worry about it. It is a tough language. All right, guys, I am off for the night. Thank you all again for joining me. Simbaquill is not live right now. I would have rated her. Maybe next time. Where were you guys heading off to? What are you guys doing this evening? We can go and raid someone that is live. I'm looking for some Pokemon. I'm looking for some anything, honestly. Who's live? Let's check the community who's live and see what's going on. Word major. English is one of the hardest languages to learn. There's so many exceptions in English, man. It's a crazy it's a weird language. But then you got like French and Italian and Spanish, and like words have gender. And I'm like, what? Like a word is female or it's male, and then you have to like, it's weird. So I don't know if English is actually the hardest, man. Like then you have to change the entire understanding of like, and the phrase that you say is like completely different. I don't know why they do that to us. Why do they do it? Why do they make it hard? I don't know why they make it hard for us. All right, guys, we're gonna go here. I see an awesome person, Lock Vanessa. She is live right now. She is streaming Disney Dreamlight Valley. She's back from her break. She was on break for a little while. We'll go give her some love. And let's go see what she's up to tonight. She looks like she's having a great time. Let's go give her a little bit of love. What do you mean a chair is female? Exactly, dude. Spanish is easier than English? Wait, really? You think so? I like Spanish. I think any language is easy to learn if you know, if you want to learn it, you know, at the end of the day. All right, guys, I'm gonna go raid Lock Vanessa. I'm gonna light up that raid. Come and hang out with me at least for a few minutes in the stream. If you don't know Lock Vanessa, check her out and hit the follow button if you like what you see. She does play mostly like Stardew Valley, Dreamlight Valley, these types of cozy games, and occasionally she does like variety streams, I think once a week or so, and kind of plays whatever she wants, whatever that might be popular or whatever. So come and hang with me and Lock Vanessa for a little bit. You heard Spanish is very good to learn because it's similar to other languages. True. Yeah, there's like the French, Italian, and Spanish are like very similar languages. And Spanish is a super popular language, right? So yeah, definitely. Maybe we'll get to learning more Spanish here on stream. Cool, guys, I gotta go, but I will be live again, not tomorrow. Tuesday is off for me this week, but Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday I will be live at 2 p.m. Eastern, which is 11 a.m. Pacific, or like 8 p.m. UK time. So I will see you guys there. We're going to be playing more Pokemon this week. I'm excited. We're going to try and slam through the storyline, catch some more Pokemon, and hang out, give you guys the vibes for your afternoons. All right. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you all. I love you. Have a great night, guys, and I'll see you in the Discords. But first, I'll see you in Vanessa's stream. All right. See you guys there. Thanks, guys. Have a great night. I love you. Bye.